Hey, Being at Work listeners, I have an exciting opportunity to share with you in the spirit of connection and community and finding your people. We want to bring this community together. I have heard your feedback. I know that you are looking for connection with other like minded, human centered leaders. So this year, we're offering a series of Being at Work community events, kicking off our first event on Friday, March 28th. And because we are offering both an in person and a virtual event, two events on the same day, you've got choices. Which of those formats works best for you? During these interactive experiences, we'll highlight the synergy between you as the leader, your team, and the overall success of your organization. No doubt you will leave with new connections, a growing network of supportive leaders, and valuable tools to elevate your leadership. So, if any of that resonates, you can register on the events page on our website at abundantempowerment.com. I look so forward to seeing you there.
During my 5-week adventure across the Iberian Peninsula, I learned so much about myself. I knew that I would. I went into that experience so excited about the adventure and the possibilities and all of the experiences. And at the same time, I always knew somehow that it was an important part of my growth. I'm stepping out into the unknown. I'm doing something I've always wanted to do. I'm taking risks in lots of ways. And so, not surprising, there were just all kinds of leadership insights that emerged for me and learnings about myself that emerged. And one of those takeaways was knowing when to lead and knowing when to follow. I'm a leader. I have always been one to step out, to take charge. I like to cast a vision and lead the way. It feels empowering and natural for me. And I also know about myself that because of my gifts and my strengths, there are lots of times it's important for me to take the guidance of others. And there was a situation in Tangier, Morocco, that reminded me of this. So my best friends, Jiff, Kim, and Rachel, joined me for the last week of this experience. And we were in southern Spain, and you can take a 1-hour ferry from Tarifa, which is the southernmost tip of Spain, to Tangier, Morocco. And so we thought, what an incredible experience. None of us had ever been to Tangier. We'd never taken a ferry there before. We didn't know what we were going to experience. I had done some research and talked to some people, and I had this vision in my mind that we were going to step off of the ferry and there was going to be the most beautiful market, and that we would simply explore all day long until we took the ferry back. That was the vision that I held. And what I recognize in myself is that sometimes my desire to lead the vision that I have in my head bumps up against those times when I really need to follow. And I had that experience in Tangier because when we stepped off of the ferry, what I expected was not at all what we got. The market wasn't right there. It was actually empty. But there were all of these individuals running up to us wanting to be our guide for the day. And so I was a hard no to all of that. And we were a hard no to a couple of them until we got outside of the port and we got into the city. And I think we were all kind of having this feeling of like, okay, what do we do now? Because there's not anything like right here to explore. And someone had suggested a little cafe. And so I'd put that into my maps and we were starting to walk there. And a guide named Saeed approached us. And because of my vision, I was immediately like, nope, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. And my sense of independence, my adventure didn't need a guide. But my friend Kim, who is also such an incredible leader and the smartest person I know, she, is a lot more skeptical and a lot more thoughtful. In the face of adventure, she wants to have a plan, wants to know more what's around the bend and what's coming up. And so she very quickly assessed the importance of a guide and started asking him some questions and realized really quickly this could be great for us today. And so she talked us into it. The other two, really quickly, I was a bit slower burn. I begrudgingly came around, but pretty quickly realized this was the right decision because we had the most incredible time in Tangier because he knew how to get us to the best spots most quickly. We had an incredible dining experience. We rode camels on the beach. And you know what? If I didn't know when to follow, I wouldn't have ridden camels on the beach. So here's to knowing today when to lead and when to follow. Recognize your strength and recognize the strengths of your team. And when others are in a better position to step forward, what a great way to take care of yourself and ultimately each other.